Welcome back to Emilee's Paper Caper. Today I'm working with 4 special photos for a 1-page spread. I want to make the photos stand out by cropping them a bit differently. Here at Emilee's Paper Caper, we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. Now let's get scrapping. The photos I'm working with were taken at my daughter's swim meet. She competed in the Special Olympics a couple of weeks ago. I'm using a background paper from this paper pack. It was a hot buy a couple years ago at Michael's. There is a neat cutout on one of these pages that says, "Love, Laugh, Swim," and I've decided to make that the title for this page. I want the photos to be the main focus of this page, so I'm keeping embellishments to a minimum. I'll only have a page title, photo mats, and a little bit of journaling. I'll use an oval cutter for 3 of the 4 photos. This is the first photo, and I think it's the strongest photo of the 4 because of the red background and the fact that Audrey is the only person in the photo. I'm using a Creative Memories oval cutter. I always start with the largest oval first, so in this case, it's the blue cutter. And then I'll go with the red, which is the smallest. I'm creating a frame within a frame. So this oval will come out, as you'll see here in a second, and then the photo will serve as kind of a double mat with the blue mat in back, then the photo, then the oval cutout photo. So it still looks like a 4x6 photo, but I've cut a little ring around the photo using the oval cutter to create sort of a 2-mat look. It really makes the photo pop. I wanted to show you a couple different ways that you can creatively crop your photos. So this time I'm going to use an oval cutter that's a colossal. For this, I'm just picking a couple of channels to oval cut out the focus area of the photo. I'm creating a channel that will be trimmed up, and then it'll be like the double mat of the last photo. Colossals were popular at least a dozen years ago, but you may still have some of them in your stash. Just a couple snips on the channels and the photo will pop right out. When I mat this on the background mat and then add the photo, I think it just really makes that photo stand out even more. The third photo is a horizontal photo, and I've decided not to use the oval cutter with it. I want to give variety on the page. For this last photo, I'm going back to a Creative Memory cutter, a different sized oval, and I'm going to use the blue and the green cutting blades. This will create a very thin cutout and a thinner oval around the photo. I think the thinner, more delicate oval cutout is really beautiful. You just have to be careful not to move your oval template at all when you're cutting with the blue and then with the green cutters. Now let's see what this looks like when it's matted onto the photo mat. And now for the final result. Oh yes, this thin, delicate line around the photo really looks great. Now just let me clean up these cutters and we'll get back to arranging the final layout. It takes me a bit to figure out how I want to arrange the photos. I just keep rotating them until I get something that I feel is impactful and gives nice visual interest on the page. I want the page title to stand out a bit, so I'm going to mount it on a scrap of red paper. I'm going to trim the top and the bottom of the red scrap with some decorative edge scissors. I love decorative edge scissors and I keep them handy. If you've been watching my videos, you know I like these scissors to add texture and visual interest to my pages. Since this page is very simple and there's not much embellishment, I thought that the page title deserved a little extra treatment and attention, so I decided to use these scalloped edge scissors. Now I'm ready to adhere all the photos to the page. To finish things off, it's time to add some journaling to the page. Journaling doesn't always have to be a long story. In this case, I'm writing the event name and date and listing the 3 events my daughter swam. Remember, the keys to journaling are to address who, what, when, where, and why if you can. At least get the when with a date. Here are some looks at the final layout. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Let me know in the comments if you have any techniques for cropping your photos to make them stand out on your pages. I'd love to hear your ideas. Until next time, keep on scrapping, everybody.